like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Yeah, ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag.
Matching hundreds. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With that, we're off to Pittsburgh for the home opener. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steelers' all-time leading passer and two-time Super Bowl champ Ben Roethlisberger ready to lead this offensive unit. And he's led them since his rookie year all the way back in 2004. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And now the spotlight falls on wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, because with the acrimonious departure of Antonio Brown to Oakland and Le'Veon Bell moving on to the New York Jets, he is truly the #1 target for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. Roethlisberger finding Rodgers, and the Steelers convert on 3rd down. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Like 80. You ain't going nowhere. Check 13.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. Now the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down. And one of the big bodies helping out this offense is your boy, Upati.
And all he wants to do is have running plays called. Fire out and smack people.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Kill, kill, kill.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. We take a glance now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball for Pittsburgh. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
On third down, Wilson over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A check on the numbers last week for Connor. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
On second down, Samuels. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll run again with Samuels on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Black 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm trying to collect. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 50.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
On first and 10 is Connor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And Rodgers has it over on the right side. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
180. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Hey, man. Jack 16. First and 10.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 24 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
What? 98 for Mike. I don't think you got it, sir.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run it with Carson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give, right side. Carson. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Easy, easy. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Watch it.
Roethlisberger. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Check, 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 check.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss last week. You thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the 1st quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And all the way down to the 29. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Black 20. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check 26. Check 26. Alert, alert.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Wilson on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 10-3-yard score after 1 here on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Carson, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
They start the drive with Connor. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson and Dixon over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wilson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Samuels, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Roethlisberger now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Connor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All right, now, left 30. 50. We got to get the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown. And pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action now. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. On third down, Carson. And a broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is caught on the left side, Jerron Brown. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Carson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Carson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Heading back out there, Jalen Samuels. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however. And now look at him go. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. On first down, it's Samuels. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 16 yards, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, throw left side, complete. That's Carson.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now they go screen. It's complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
Let's go, let's go!
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Wilson will throw again. And Dixon has it. Trot, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ed Dixon. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Heading back out there, Jalen Samuels. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now it's Roethlisberger. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We start our tour up at M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore playing host to Arizona. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens hoping to get into the win column for the first time this year as they play in front of their home crowd. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Devin Funchess, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. The Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, has a touchdown pass. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Carson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Wilson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
From the gun, a give to counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Easy.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Here's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. It's Carson, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run again with Carson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On 2nd and 12, Wilson over the middle here to Brown. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. There's Wilson to throw. It's caught right side, Dixon.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
On first down, Carson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side. It's Carson, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will shave one more off this lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
It certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Been a good leadership and a good distributor.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 4 down.
Here's Samuels again. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
They'll try and run for it with counter. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. There he goes left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Check Nick one day.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On second and goal, Roethlisberger to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Eli Rogers that time, but now it's third and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
On third and goal, Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson now off the bootleg. And this is going to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of him.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Give him 6 there, but now it's third.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw is Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Conner. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
There's Roethlisberger. Rodgers has it over on the right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Left side taken in by Washington. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
From the 30 on second down, Roethlisberger on the left side. It's McDonald. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the carry, it's Samuels. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Jalen Samuels, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Again, Wilson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd down and goal. Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Tyler Lockett with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
2:30. Check. 154. Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
On 2nd down now, Samuels. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Samuels. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 16 yards, a first down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A gain of 13. It's a first down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. This is Samuels. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Hey, watch the slip. Watch the slip. Third, 180. Mike's 54. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Hey, watch it.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
There we go.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.